So this is just a video to show solving or reducing a Boolean expression. So our Boolean expression, I like to look for De Morgan's laws first if I can, and I can see I've got a line here that would lend itself to being split. So I can split the line and change the sign, and I end up with this expression. So we have used De Morgan, so I'll write that down on this side. It's the first thing we've done. Now, you don't have to write these down as you go when you're in the exam if you don't want to, but there's no harm in doing so. It points out to the examiner what you've done. It might help them to see what your thinking was and your working. So there's no harm in doing so. You don't have to. It's not compulsory by any means. The second thing that we can do is the double negation. We can cancel knots. So number 2 is cancel on knots. And so if we cancel those, we end up with not B and A, or B or A and B. And then the third thing we can do on this one is we can look for this group here. So that group there, we can use the absorption law, and we can say B or A and B is the same as just having B. So we could come down to not B and A, or just B, because that's the absorption law. So if I can spell it, I'll write it down. Absorption. So we've absorbed that in there. So now we've got an interesting expression that perhaps we could expand. So we could do some expansion of brackets. And to do that, I'm going to end up with B or not B, and A or B. So we've expanded our brackets, and that immediately shows me that we've got an interesting group here, B or not B. Well, B or not B by identity is 1. So I can write down my identity idea. So we've now got 1 and A or B, and 1 and anything on this side is just going to be equal to A or B. So again, number 6 that we've done here is another identifying 1 or anything on this side is equivalent to whatever's on this side of the equation. So the final answer is A or B, because we can't go any further than A or B.